Forms are basically used to collect information from the user. Let me show you how to create a form. So when I type in form and I hit on tab button, you can see that we get this action thing. I'm going to get rid of this for now. I'm going to show you what that is later. So after this, what I'm going to do is inside that, I'm going to type in input, type is text, and right after that, I'm going to type in input, type is submit. So when I save this, basically what I have done is I have created two fields for the user to do something. One which collects the information, next is a submit button. So let me get back to the browser and let me hit on refresh. Now you can see that we have a input field and a submit button. So if the user types in his name and when he hits on submit button, check out what happens in the URL. If I hit on submit button, see nothing. We just get this question mark, nothing else more. Let me remove this and let me show you this again. Okay, this is how we get the file, but when you type in the name and when I hit on the submit button, see nothing happens, you just get a question mark. So basically any data which is sent from the form is sent through a URL. So let's see how we can work with that one. So let's get back to our code. In forms, we have two types of methods. We have a get method and we have a post method. I'm going to show you how these things work. So by default, your form is set to a get method. So we'll say method is get. So let me save this. And after this, we need to specify a name for this. So I'm going to give a name called f name. Say first name. Let me save this. And if I get back to my browser, let me remove this question mark and let's hit refresh. Okay, now I can type in my name. When I hit on submit button, you see we get the details over here. We have f name is equals to Fatah. Okay, so let me get back here and let me create a password field. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a br tag, a line break. I'm going to type in another input. Type is a password. I'm going to give a name for this as password. Let me close this. So if I get back to my browser and let me hit refresh now, I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, so we have a name and a password. I'm going to set the username to Fatah and I'm going to set the password as 123. When I hit on submit button, check out what happens in the URL. We get the f name is equals to Fatah and the next field is actually connected with an ampersand sign. Then we have the name for the password, that is password, and then it is set to 123. But usually the password and the username has to be encrypted, right? We are not supposed to show that to the user. So what we need to do is, this is the part where we'll be using the post method. So if you set it to the post method, let me get rid of this thing now and let me try that again. So I'm going to say Fatah, I'm going to set it to 123. When I hit on submit button, see nothing happens. But when I try to refresh, I get an error message, a confirmation message actually. It says that this page seems to be having some kind of information. Do you want to continue or something like that? So I'm going to hit on cancel and instead now we'll have to hit refresh over here.